G'day, it's me again, Jake from Motorculture Australia, and this time with some very exciting news. We're just about to drop the biggest giveaway to date. In fact, if you're watching this, it's probably live right now. We're giving you the chance to win not just one, not two, but 3 cars, as you can see right behind me here. First, second and third prize winners for the first time in Motorculture Australia history are all having the chance to take the keys to one of these cars or have a massive stack of cash in their bank account. First prize here is going to be the next gen Ford Ranger Raptor. Second prize up for grabs is a brand spanking new next gen Ford Everest. And last but not least is the cult following car with amongst the 4-wheel drive community, of course, the Suzuki Jimny that is built with every single accessory you could possibly want on it. So let's go and check them all out and see what the fuss is about. Now this is the very first prize of our Christmas in July giveaway, none other than the next gen Ford Ranger Raptor. And I want to throw out a very special thank you to all the brands that we work with, which we'll touch on in just a moment, to turning this dream into a reality, and a special thank you to East Coast Customs to putting it all together for us. But I want to show you around because this thing is a beast, and I think we'll start right here at the front with the Offroad Animal bull bar, with of course those spotties and the integrated light bar in the bull bar, which is a nice little touch. This thing certainly is not going to let anything get in the way of you when you're out and about off-road. And of course you've got a 2mm bash bar beneath as well, just in case. Working your way along the side, we'll go to the wheels I think now. You've got of course the Method Racing wheels. Massive thank you to those guys for throwing these bad boys on, and of course the Yokohama GLander G005, so make sure that you can crawl over any terrain that you love, and that is what I like to hear. On top of that, Rhino-Rack have of course added on the roof rack on top with the Sunseeker awning, so let me show you just how easy it is to set up. There you go, as easy as that. You can set up some shelter anywhere you like in the nation, but let me show you what's hiding beneath the hood. Yep, so I told you what is exactly at the heart of this beast, but I bet you didn't expect this. We've paired up with Meredith Metalworks to ensure that this thing has an airbox, so it is breathing mighty fine. And if that's not enough for you, have a look. Sus. Cancelled. If the airbox wasn't enough for you, well, of course, Meredith Metalworks have also added on the stainless steel snorkel, which sounds amazing when we start this beast up. But before we do, I want to take you on the inside to really explore what the Raptor has on offer. Now, I'm not going to lie, one thing I really love about the Raptor is the Raptor branded side steps to help short fellas like me, as always, get into these big old 4-wheel drives. But on top of that, they've also added these really nice touches with Raptor branding all throughout, and of course those orange or red accents, if you will, all throughout to really tie it all together. Not to mention you've got Alcantara leather all throughout, these gorgeous textured accents. And it has a variety of technology already integrated, and you'll see just like the Everest, it has the infotainment system that offers Apple CarPlay. But the thing that really stands out with the Raptor is its 4-wheel driving capability. So let me show you this. So as you may or may not already know, the Raptor has a variety of different driver modes at your fingertips, all by switching this little dial here. You've got your normal mode, of course your sport, slippery, mud and ruts, sand, Baja, and of course a rock crawling mode as well. But the highlight is the Baja mode to make sure this thing can tackle literally anything you're prepared to throw at it. And if you don't like switching from all these different fancy modes, well, you can simply adjust your steering, suspension or exhaust setting straight from the steering wheel, or just pop on your automatic setting that you have already set up within the infotainment system. But another feature that I really love is if you push this 4-wheel driving mode in the center right here, you can monitor all your cameras, whether it's side by side, the whole vehicle, or you can even lock your front, your rear diff, or even activate the trail control as well, which is fantastic. So let's go and see how this thing drives, because it is just an utter monster. Fun fact, Baja mode activates turbo anti-lag feature. There you go. So you can be driving through the desert at high speeds. So here we are in the next gen Ford Ranger Raptor, and I thought we'd go for a drive. And no, we're not going to take this thing off-road because we want you to be the one to do it. But we will go for a drive on the road and see how it does drive, just so you guys can get a bit of a taster for it as well. Can you hear that? Oh. There's nothing better than the sound of stainless steel snorkel when you're driving about. Get those little noises. I'm getting the side eye. Okay, enough of that. So this car offers a 3-litre V6 twin turbo motor, and it actually punches quite well. It's got a 10-speed automatic transmission, and you've even got paddle shifters as well if you really want to take control of this beast, and perhaps you want to put it in Baja mode and go hit up the desert, jump some sand dunes, whatever it is that you want to be doing in this thing. It's pretty well capable for. It's also got Fox suspension on all 4 corners, which means when you're driving it about, it's very, very plush on the road. Now, on top of all that fancy stuff, I'm gonna hit you with a couple more bits and pieces. This thing has a 2.5 ton towing capacity, and better yet, it has a towing mode where you can view the information and the status of the trailer that you are towing on behind. But one of my favorite features, as I've already mentioned, is the Baja mode, which optimizes your steering, suspension, and exhaust modes to really hone this thing in the environment that you're in. On top of that, it also turns on an anti-lag feature with the turbos that it has, which means the power is being delivered as efficiently as possible. It doesn't get much better than that. Next up is none other than our second prize, the next gen Ford Everest, the 2022 model. And this thing is beautiful inside and out and has a variety of features just like the Raptor had that we just spoke about. But I must say, this thing looks sensational because, of course, it has that beautiful contrast between the white paint job against that aftermarket wheel and tyre package to give it a little bit of extra oomph when you're out and about off-road. And that's also paired with the twin turbo diesel motor that is 6-cylinder, and I'm telling you right now, this thing performs the piece off-road because we've tried and tested it for ourselves with one of our personal cars. But let me show you around. Now, we didn't want to go ahead and do too much to this big car. Oh yeah, nice Jake. Because it is literally brand spanking new, as opposed to the Raptor that has the entire works on it. This car is basically just got the wheel and tyre package, but I must say, even with the next gen facelift on the front and the rear, this car looks incredible. One of my favorite features, of course, being with the all new DRLs that they've implemented it. But let me show you at the back. Now, unlike the Raptor, the Everest is much more of a family car, and here's why. For one, you've got your automatic boot opening, which is sensational, especially if you're out doing the groceries and you just don't have an extra hand on you. But unlike the Raptor, as I was saying, this car has 7 seats opposed to 5, and if you don't need the extra 2 at the back, simply just, no, don't pull that one, pull this one and pull the back seats down to make even more space. And once you're all finished for the day, push the button and away you go. Now, usually there's not a lot of features that you can talk about in the back seat of a car, but I do want to touch on this because I think it is worthwhile. You also have the ability to change your climate controls at the back, and of course a couple of charging ports in case the passengers are getting a little bit needy, if you know what I'm saying. But let me show you the front. Now, we're here on the interior, and I want to show you a couple of my favorite features throughout, and it starts right here, actually at the door handle. This thing is nothing like I've ever seen before, and it is super satisfying to open and close. The next up would definitely have to be the cheeky little hidden cup holder on the passenger side there. That is super satisfying once again to open and close. Yeah, get a load of that. But being real with you, the interior is gorgeous, just like the Raptor. It has these stunning leather bucket seats that are super comfortable and are going to be amazing when you're out on those super long road trips. But of course, it's also been tied together really, really nicely with these brushed and aluminum accents that are all throughout. But much like the Raptor, the next gen range as a whole is definitely famous for the variety of technology already integrated, and that's all thanks to this Apple infotainment system that you have in the center here, which also has a variety of different features implemented just like the Raptor, as we just spoke about. And you also have the driver modes and the full driving capabilities right at your fingertips, right here in the center console. Now, this is our third prize of the giveaway, and it's the 2020 Suzuki Jimny that seriously has a cult following. This thing is small in size but has plenty on offer, and here's why. Well, for one, it looks pretty damn sensational with its jungle green paint job, but packs a punch all thanks to that 1.5 litre 4-cylinder diesel motor paired with its forward driving capabilities. But let me show you around. So this Jimny, like I said, has a ton of accessories on offer, and we'll start right here at the front. Already you can see you've got a UHF, so you can stay connected with the boys when you're out tackling the off-road, and it honestly is one of my favorite parts about going forward driving. You've got your bull bar down below with, of course, some spotty so you can see at night time, and the recovery points down below too, which you hopefully won't be needing if you take out this prize in our Christmas in July giveaway. Down below you've got yourself a wheel and tyre package with a 2-inch lift kit, which again is going to help you when you are tackling those tracks, and the snorkel too, in case you like swimming with your car, which each to their own. Down below you also have, of course, those rock sliders to protect the underbody of your car. And speaking of the underbody of the car, it also has complete rust proofing, and it even comes complete with ceramic coating as well. Up top you can see you've got yourself a little roof rack, so you can store anything you like on the top, because if I'm quite honest with you, there's not a lot of space in the back. So let's go and check that out. But wait, there's more. Because of course it does have the awning as well, so you can set up shade anywhere you like in the country. But that is enough of the outside, because I really want to show you the inside. Super exciting. Let's go check it out. Now look, I know. The Jimny is very small size, which means there's not a lot of storage options, but here's something that you're going to be surprised by. It is, for one, a 5-seater. Is it 4 or 5? It's a 4-seater car, but if you don't need the extra seats, simply pop the latch and you have extra storage in the back seat, if of course you've filled up the space on the roof rack. And it even comes with the max tracks in the back, just in case you run into any trouble. But check out the front. But here we are in the front seat, and this is where hopefully you'll be spending most of your time. You'll be happy to know the interior has been completely redone so that the carpet matches the drapes. And if you're wondering, what the heck are you talking about, Jake? Well, it's because the stitching has been redone to match the exterior of the car, which looks sensational. And on top of that, it also has a ton of tech already integrated, and we love technology here at Motorculture Australia. You've got a 9-inch infotainment system with Apple CarPlay already integrated, which is fantastic. That camera's getting bloody close to my face. And of course, you've got other creature comforts such as cruise control. You've even got your hill control assist as well to help out on those tracks if necessary. But one of my favorite things is the 4-wheel drive mode. So let's go for a drive and go check it out. This thing has 4-wheel driving capabilities. We're just going to go for a drive today. We aren't going to go actually 4-wheel driving in the Jimny, because we want you to be the first one to do it, not us. So we're just going to go check out what it's like to drive as soon as this guy works out what he's doing. He's got no idea. Wrong indicator. That works. Hear that? That is the sound of the beast. I'm gamming. Relax. Alright, so let's actually talk about how the Jimny drives, and I can tell you one thing's for sure. The steering is quite loose, which makes it super easy to make minor little adjustments when you're out traversing any sort of terrain. This thing has a 4-speed automatic transmission, and if you didn't already know, it has 130 Newton meters of torque and 75 kilowatts of power. But given that it is very lightweight, and of course you have your short wheelbase as well, it means that climbing up any steep hills when you are 4-wheel driving should become a breeze, but I guess you'll find out. Now, next thing I wanted to talk to you about is the accessibility on the interior here. And also, for one, it is extremely spacious given that it is a small car, but you have all of your creature comforts right at your fingertips here, whether that be cruise control, have access to hands-free if you need to, and of course to crank up the tunes. Speaking of tunes, this thing has a killer Alpine subwoofer system. You need to hear it for yourself, but there's only one thing better than how that sounds, and that is its aftermarket custom catback sports exhaust. So there you have it, 3 times the chances and 3 times the prizes. You could be taking home one of these insane 4-wheel drives very, very shortly. But we've just gone ahead and done a big walkthrough of all these cars. So my question to you is, what's your favorite car and what is your favorite feature? Let us know down in the comment section, and fingers crossed, we'll be calling your name very, very shortly to tell you that you've won one of these sensational 4-wheel drives. We'll see you next time.